Hey everybody, welcome back. Welcome back. Okay, I'm still trying to catch up. I kind of got sidetracked for a little bit, but let me just go in and fix some things real quick. I hit the go live button just a little bit early, but it's okay. I'll just quickly catch up with everything as quickly as I can. I may just have to fix it after because I'm already edits. Slow me because I'm trying to fix something I messed up on. Okay, maybe I should just not do that right now. Oh, great. The computer net better not be frozen. Did I ask for too much work from you? I'm like, can I get back? Guys, this is so frustrating. I mean, not even keyboard commands it freaking listens to. Oh my gosh. These people weren't taking so long with my stupid product. Clearance delay. Oh my goodness. I got, obviously, I got audio, but no video. Oh, Lordy. And now it went from my package went from yellow to red. So there is an issue. Like, why me? See, see. So this is why my organization needs the funds because I am need to keep my stuff updated and very, very securely private. And oh my gosh, like my screen just went black. Well, thank you for being here with me during these hard times. And during these hard times and tribulations of technology. Oh my goodness. I don't know what's going on. I guess now it's starting to catch up on my keyboard command. And this is why I can never get work done, guys. I don't even know which way it's supposed to be. Oh, plus, Whee! See, I just knocked down my camera. computer takes forever, I just start randomly messing with things, and maybe I shouldn't, because I'm gonna start breaking something. I'm gonna break something. Oh my goodness, the blue circle of death. The blue circle of death. I'm just continuously shaking my hair right now. Like, okay, so until my computer screens come back on, I guess we can just have a little chit chat. I have you playing on my phone, so if anybody does make a comment in the chat, I will be able to still see it and be able to continuously communicate with you guys. Apparently, my audio is still connected. A little bit of my, let me see. Am I on? Am I on? Am I on? On? Can you get me? Can you get me? Can you see me now? Can you see me now? I didn't make any changes. Can y'all see me? Can y'all hear me? I am back. Hi. Oh my goodness. Thank you everybody for being so patient with me. So we're just gonna jump right in. I'm not even gonna worry about fixing that other stuff. I'll fix it later. Because apparently my computer can't multitask. So today, or this topic for right now, it is about the NetSmart, the National Children, the National Center of Missing and why do I keep going to children? I know National Children, yes. The National Center of Missing and Exploited Children has this little section called NetSmart. It basically helps, basically gives children scenes and little audio of what can happen, like sharing bad photos that you're not supposed to be sharing, what you do in those cases, and things like that. I think it's very, very cute. I think everybody, all families should have this. It's pretty much free for the most part. Um, it really is free. I shouldn't say for the most part. It's free. You can get a lot of the stuff. We're just gonna kind of go through some things because they just recently, I believe, I just think it was a few months ago or sometime last year they came out with a new season. So they've already this is their third season for this kind of cartoon that they have for these children. And again, we're just gonna kind of quickly go over the overview, and then we'll share some of the video. Like we'll look at some of the clippings real quick and see some of the activities that they have. And it's really good for teachers, even like I said, not just even for teachers, just for parents to basically communicate with their kids on how to be alert and identify things that are wrong. So the Into the Cloud is NCMEC's flagship online safety product for children's ages 10 and under. Using data from actual cyber tip line reports, each episode of season 1 focuses on a different element of online safety, from strategies for handling cyberbullying to recognizing and reporting unsafe, inappropriate interactions and contents. Season 2 focuses on preventing online exploitation, reporting, and removing inappropriate content online. So, like I said, it just kind of really, really gets these children alert on some of the stuff that is going on in the world to kind of prevent it from happening again. Season 3 is to design, which is the current season, the newer season that they're on right now, is designed for children ages 10 to 11, focuses on preventing online exploitation such as online enticement, sextortion, and GAI victimization, as well as providing resources to report and access support. Into the Cloud presents important safety information in an age appropriate and entertaining manner. Um, and then just says watch the new episode, don't share that. So this episode is basically it's about the kids when these kids apparently receive messages in regards to some obscene pictures, and they kind of discuss whether they should continue like sending them out, spreading them, or stop and report it to somebody and things like that. So it definitely teaches that manner of what to do when that kind of situation happens. Um, and this is by the numbers. There is an the average age at which a child gets a cell phone in the U.S. is 10 years old. So these kids, as young as 10 years old, are getting cell phones and have access to this type of information on the line. They have access to these type of predators online. So we as parents have to be alert enough and monitor these kind of situations. There's plenty of apps out there. There's Bark, things like that. Definitely monitor everything. Sends you notifications when your kids, you know, do the slightest thing, look at the phone kind of thing. So that even though you may think it's invasion of privacy, trust me, they're kids. They don't have privacy. Sorry, not in my house. You don't get privacy. Um, it's just the way it works. You don't if I catch you putting a code on your tablet that I didn't put there, then honey buns, we got issues. Um it's not gonna happen, especially if I paid for the product. Like until you turn 16, 17, 18, and you buy your own stuff. Like no, you're not gonna. Mommy could take it away at any time. So yeah, my daughters will tell you like no, there's just no. I know everything. And if I don't know everything, then I will find it out eventually. And there's just no, you cannot. No, sorry. 20 to 30% of kids report having been cyberbullied in their lifetime. So that is a lot of people that have been bullied. But especially, and that's just cyberbullying. That's just not actual being in front, face to face with somebody being bullied. That's just on the internet. So can you imagine like what they would go through in person? That's just horrible. Reports of online exploitation of children increased over 97% last year. Reports of online exploitation of children increased over 97% last year. And those are just the ones that are reported or are being reported. Using Into the Cloud, each episode of Into the Cloud is between 3 to 6 minutes long, making them ideal for a variety of environments. So they're really short. I took me 5 minutes to watch the one that they were talking about. Real quick, we'll look at another one because I kind of have a slideshow that goes with that. To kind of just show you like what kind of resources they have on through National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. This is why I like teaming up with them. Each episode has a corresponding discussion guide and can be used in one-on-one and small group settings. So again, there's activities to go along with these types of episodes. That way, it gets the children to engage and interact and really understand and learn this information. Additionally, classroom activities on the themes of trust, identity, and reputation are available for use with both seasons. Keep kids engaged after the episodes with Cloud Chaos, the Into the Cloud game available on the netsmartskids.org and in the App Store. So they do have an app as well. So they do have little games. It's very cool. Really didn't know about them until like I started really researching the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children when I was really getting into the stories and looking around for more information. And it's just like they have a whole nother page, a whole nother like dimension to their page that is just for kids and for learning and prevention. And it is something that's very something that I would recommend every parent to just go and view on their website. I know their website has a lot of information, so it's not hard to navigate. It's just knowing what you're looking for and where to go to get it. Basically, once you figure out where the pages are and stuff like that, it's really quick and easy to access. And it, and these episodes are on YouTube as well. So like they said, it's everything's pretty much free. For useful tips on teaching online safety, be sure to check out this free on-demand training and many others available on NCMEC Connect. So again, they have a lot of free training, free resources, free activities. So let's go ahead and I want to watch this one. So let's bring up this one. Okay, yeah. Let's go here. Let me share the screen real quick. And hopefully it works because it played literally fine a few moments ago. Nope, that's not it. Not the right one. This one.
Into the cloud we go. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. While two young kids stranded all alone try to save the internet so they can get back home. Into the cloud, facing the unknown. Into the cloud, can't do it alone. Oh no.
Clicky, are you here?
Nettie, Webster, boy, am I glad to see
We're
you.
happy to see you too, Clicky.
I'm so proud of how you both handled yourselves in Badromeda. Not only did you use your NetSmarts, you helped others learn to be safe.
Well, we learn from the best.
Dr. Taz, thanks so much for watching out for Nettie and Webster out there in Badromeda. You were all pretty busy.
We were. How have things been here in the NetSmarts neighborhood?
I'm glad you asked. See, I've been busy too. Jacob and I have found the Webville Outlaws.
What? You did?
What?
Sure did.
Finally,
Tell us
how?
how.
Really, it's thanks to Jacob. See, Jacob came to me a few days ago with the problem he was having online.
I'd been talking to this person online. Said her name was Mackenzie. She was so pretty. Liked literally every single thing I like. Said I was funny and smart and well, she just got me, you know. But then it started to feel like a lot, like too much, you know.
Maybe she just really liked you.
Yeah, that's what I thought. But she sent me like 200 messages a day, and if I didn't respond right away, she got mad. One time, I tried to ask her not to message me too late at night so that I could get some sleep before a big basketball game, and she blew up at me and said all sorts of mean things. She told me I was being dramatic. I apologized, and then she tried to make me feel bad about it.
Not
How
good.
rude. That's
Yikes.
really unhealthy.
Right? And then she started telling me things she said were secrets, and she started asking me to tell her all sorts of private, personal things. And when I told her I didn't really have any secrets, she said that we should meet up in person, and that could be our secret.
So that's when Jacob came to me. I thought it seemed fishy. I suspected the Webville Outlaws may be involved somehow, because it felt exactly like something Meet Me Mac would try to pull. So, we looked a little closer at Mackenzie's profile and messages, and we discovered
She wasn't real. She was totally made up. It was Meet Me Mac, and he'd been sending messages from Webville. He didn't know he was sharing his location in one of the apps that we were talking on.
What?
Oh my gosh.
Right? Clicky helped me report it to the cyber tip line, and they told me to block him and report him on all the apps we'd been talking on. They also let the police know what was happening. Now all that's left to do is...
to round them up. Officers are headed there now. Take a look.
Shh, they're all inside.
Now tell him to send the game coins or else.
Yeah, good idea, Louie.
Hey, Mac, why so blue? What's wrong?
I've been locked out of all my accounts. Something about violating terms.
Hey, watch it. We're gaming over here.
Mac! If it still works, can I have the phone? Shut up, Wally. Where is it? Right there it is. I want to get it. Oh no! Wally!
No.
What are you doing?
I didn't do it.
Stop it! This instant!
Red Bill Outlaws! We have you surrounded! Come out with your hands up!
Don't just stand there. Run!
Everybody! Run!
Alert.
Pete, we gotta get to the...
Oh, no!
Are we getting overtime?
Move out of my way!
Escape. Run!
Watch your heads.
Oh, there'll be more to watch than our heads. We'll be back. You'll see.
Oh no, with all the trouble you four have caused online, you're going away for a long time.
I never even got to meet anyone offline.
I'm not the worst potty mouth out there. I had a chance.
Most of the time, no one even opened my links.
I never really knew what was going on.
Hey, Clicky, we got him. Keep up the good work, and let us know when you need us. Signing off.
Thanks, Clicky.
Great job, Sheriff Clicky.
Thanks, Clicky.
See you later.
Thanks, Clicky.
All right, see you later.
Great work, officers. And remember, kids, UYN.
Woo! All right! Did it!
Yeah! Woohoo!
Yeah! All right!
Nice work. We did it.
Yahoo!
Get off mute. Okay. So that was the video. So those are the quick little short videos that they do, but obviously they have, a moral to them. They're actually, um, adults trying to lure in little kids. That's their MO. They didn't know that's who was really behind the image that was online. So this is what helps kids understand the how the internet can be unsafe and how people can be somebody different than what they say on online. And kids like that age, 8, 9, 10 years old, um are at that vulnerable point to where they don't understand where people can be deceiving to them and things like that. So, and then that's really cool because then with the video comes, like I said, they have like little presentations and things like that to go with them, or activities. So see if I can get this to share. This is fit slide to current window. Slideshow. Okay, that didn't work. Okay. Let me share the screen. Maybe I can just show the. Can I share the screen? Right here, I guess. Okay, I don't think you'll. I don't know if you'll be able to still hear me. Maybe if I just show it while I'm do this one. Okay, so here is kind of like a little the little slideshows that come with it. So just kind of go through these. It's kind of like what you'll learn, and this goes to the video we just watched. So it's like what you learn, how to identify red flags of unhealthy and unsafe relationships, how to identify feelings that might be associated with unhealthy and unsafe relationships. Always remember it's okay to ask for help. Information about reporting tools. Reflection questions, and what are some of the red flags you observed in the video? So this really gets the kids calming. Someone who has extensive hobbies, activities in common with you. Someone who gives you a lot of attention, neediness, sharing a lot. I mean, they love you. They always want. They all of a sudden have the same interests as you. They start showing you a bunch of attention, and they just absolutely can't live without you, kind of thing. And then they pretty much open up their whole life story to you, so that way you feel some kind of connection with them, and so on and so forth. So, um, then you have manipulation. They teach them about manipulation, making you feel guilty. Basically, that's 101 in narcissism and criminals all around the world, contradictions. Um, here is another little mini um, little mini video that goes with them. Um, and this is like pressure, like, why are you not answering? Where you at? Okay, I don't get time for all that. Okay, so it says you don't trust me. It says if you look at the video that was playing, it says, why are we not friends? I can't be friends with someone that acts like you. That's so messed up. Manipulation, control, isolation, threats of intimidation, like I'll come after your family, I'll come after your brother, don't say nothing. And then we have what you can do is set boundaries, talk to a trusted adult, report. So this is what we teach the kids. So like I said, every show comes with a slide. Um, Pretty much every show comes with some kind of slide or presentation or activity to go with it. Um, we really want to start teaching our kids at an early age that some of these things are inappropriate. So, especially when it comes to images, touches, threats, and things like that, things you should report to the cyber tip line with the help of a trusted adult. Online enticement, inappropriate images, fake website names, threats, harmful fake images created with artificial intelligence, so AI. And then that's the end of basically the presentation. So where did it go? Oh my god. So I want to show you then this is kind of like what the website looks like. So again, this is kind of like what the website looks like. We'll make it a little smaller. So since 1998, NCMEC has operated the Cyber Tip Line, a place where the public and electronic service providers can report suspected online and offline child sexual exploitation. The millions of reports made each year uniquely situate NCMEC to identify trends and create prevention resources to address the evolving needs of kids and teens online. Um, the million. Okay, so Teens Online. NetSmart is NCMEC's online safety education program. It provides age-appropriate videos and activities to help teach children to be safer online, with the goal of helping children to become more aware of potential online risk and empowering them to help prevent victimization by making safer choices on and offline. So basically, again, this is something that we all need to implement in our own homes. We should not just wait for the schools to teach our kids on how to be safe, because apparently there is danger at the schools too. So we as parents need to protect our own children. Um, and it just says use your NetSmarts. It says cyber tip line, report online exploitation here. So if kids ever want to go and report a tip, this is where they will go. Take it down, remove your nudes from the internet. So this is if, let's just say you just so happen to become a victim of exploitation online. Definitely want to go there and get the help, because they have resources and help to get to fight to get these pictures offline. Again, they're not permanently taken offline, but they will do their best to get as many, to do as well as to protect the child's. Because unfortunately, once it's online, and it takes a lot of work and resources to get those pictures taken down, um, covered up, or in some way completely, erased. Again, here is where you can go. Free resources. You can download presentations, tip sheets, lesson plans, and other safety sources. So definitely, like I said, parents, summer's coming up. This is something that you want to implement over the summer. I would definitely implement it over the summer. Like I said, these things are 5-minute videos, 5, 6 minute, no longer than 10 minutes long. They're age appropriate. This is what they're for to teach. They're made for kids. So definitely want to maybe once a day go over a topic, go over a video, and implement it for the week, and basically put a test to them. When you go to the store and they're home, they're home with with their dad or whatever. You come home, knock on the door, see they'll open it without saying, who is it? Do they just run and open it? Like start training them in habits like that. Um, asking who it is, answering the phone when you call, you know, test them, have a neighbor call, go next door, when you're out at moms or dads, have one of your relatives call and 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 you know, s- basically put these into effect. That way it starts to become second nature. When something like this does happen, they'll know exactly what to do and not feel, threatened, not feel ashamed, not feel in any sorts of way, but, you know, knowing that they're doing the right thing. So again, free resources are right here. Peer education and mentoring kit. This is good for the upper level and middle school. Like basically what a lot of schools do already have, like the pals and the things like that. The peer assistants where they can go and discuss things, and if they are being bullied or whatever, they can go there and basically mediate the situation before, and then it goes to that way the kids learn how to handle these situations before taking it to adult, and then once the adult gets involved, it goes from there and such and such. But sometimes you do want, sometimes having peer what do you call them, interventions, that can also help because sometimes kids don't do well with adults. So sometimes peer to peer is another form of intervention. So definitely want to look at that, especially if you have a upper elementary, middle school, or definitely want to get them involved. The more people. Hi, Rainbow. Welcome, welcome. I saw that you were, I guess you were on really early too. I did see that message earlier, but I'm glad you were able to make it. This is a very good one. This is good for all the parents, all the teachers. Definitely inform any of your your kids' teachers about this if they're not aware. But I'm pretty sure they're aware. So it'd be nice if they start implementing these across the schools. Like I said, summer's coming around, so it's something that you definitely want to do with your kids at home during the summer. Um, Again, these are not very long videos. So middle and high, they do have middle and high school videos on sextortion here in this one. So definitely, they have everything for all age groups. Um, this is actually a really good website. I'm gonna add it in. I don't know if I put it in at the beginning of the video, but I'm gonna go back and add in their link to the description of this video. That way, y'all have access to all this information. Because, like I said, I think every home should implement this across the board if you have a kid. Um, Again, they have interaction games. They have fun self-navigating online adventure for kids to explore for season one of the Into Cloud. So remember season one, there were a lot for the elementary kids and things like that. So definitely something you want to these games are going to be a lot safer than what you find online or any other app out there. These games are may specifically designed from the National Center of Missing and Exploited Children to protect our kids, to have safe games and things like that. So again, with the video, they have video comprehension questions with the activities for the videos. It checks their understanding and things like that. Um, they have topics about sexting. Um, so definitely, like I said, those PowerPoints are really short. It gets them to ask questions. It basically shows them what words mean, like when they were talking about control, isolation, things like that. It showed them the little example. So former kid control. No problem. I'm glad somebody's got to. And like I said, like summer's coming up and I'm hoping that parents really look into this. Like I said, they're already on season 3, so they have multiple seasons already. They have season 1, season 2. Let me share this tab so that way you can kind of see what I mean. They all these like I said, they're on YouTube. They go through they watch on YouTube. So definitely go and follow them, keep up with them. And again, they do have activities. They do have activities to go with the videos. Let's see. So here are some of the activities. So right here down at let me pull up the full screen. Let me take me off, guys, because y'all don't need me. Y'all need the information more than y'all need me. Up. I don't like that one for you either. Let me do this way. Okay, this is a little bit better, I guess. But yes, so see, here's all your PowerPoint presentation. This is the one that I did show you guys what you can do and things like that for the gotcha episode. They have new episode guides for the gotcha, so they have more here. And of course, this is from season 2. So they have all these little activities, um, season 1. So definitely go through them. And of course, play online. They have Cloud Chaos. So it's a little game for the kids. So a lot more safer. I would definitely stick to the National Center of Missing and Exploited Children for any of your activities. ABC Mouse, things that are geared towards little kids and that they really can interact with or play with other kids around the world. I know that's a big thing. I know that's how a lot of these kids, well, not a lot, but most of the majority of the time, these kids are playing games online and that's how they get introduced to a lot of people, a lot of these types of um monsters, should I say. A lot of these monsters because they know kids like to play games and things like that. So with these types of games, you don't have the opportunity to play with somebody else. You're always playing with the computer, or it's always an activity that's single player, and things like that. So it's more safe for the kids, and that's why I don't like when I don't even like my kids playing two-player games with each other. I'm like, why? Even though we used to do that as a kid, we used to have Mario Brothers, player one, player two, but we were still playing the computer. We just had to take turns. It wasn't we playing against, it wasn't like Luigi and Mario going at each other. Maybe Mortal Kombat, yes, but that was a fighting game, and you know, then again, as a parent, we shouldn't let our kids play fighting games anyway. So, that's where we as parents come involved, get involved. But still, if I would say if the schools are not, I know the schools have a lot more to worry about, with the reading, writing, and arithmetic kind of thing. But definitely, I know they have health, and they teach a lot of you know life lessons in that, as far as the whole sex and what happens to women and what happens to men. But they also just take time and make this like a month course, and kind of throwing it in there like that. I don't know, but I really think this topic should definitely be well within the school. Okay, that's why I don't like group messages, because it's like one person messages and I get everything. Okay, take me out of the group. Okay. Um, but yes, so like I said, this website, it's NetSmarts into the cloud. It is through the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. So definitely go to missingkids.org backslash NetSmarts backslash into the cloud. So again, um, just you really want to take a quick look around the website. It has good information. Just the missing child's website in itself. Yes, it really does need to be a part. I mean, it should, even if it's like 5 minutes in the morning. They have advisory. They have homeroom. They have health class. They got PE. Like, this should be somewhere part of that curriculum, somewhere in there. And like I said, these videos are only 5 to 6 minutes long. They're the activities are like really understandable, kid friendly. So um they should be able to understand what you are teaching them. So and it doesn't take a lot of part of the day. 15 to 30 minutes out of the day is all we really need. But I think if we do it instead of you know when National Missing Children's Day comes, or when, abuse day comes, or when such and such day comes, we shouldn't just do it on the day that it's recognized. We should implement it on a daily basis, because the only way to build up a habit is to do it every day consecutively. I think, what is it like, takes six, was it like 3 or 4 months to build up a habit, but or no, it's 2 weeks to build up a habit, but 4 months or something like that to break it. So we need to start building up those habits when they're younger. That way it's just automatic. Like, no, don't talk to strangers. No, like, that is wrong. I should not be looking at that on the computer. No, like, you should not be touching me. No, this, and this. Like, these should be like automatic from like the time that they're infants. Start teaching these kids like what what's appropriate and what's inappropriate. Um, Again, like I said, these I like that one them, kind of thing, and it's and trying to find who's the victim and who's not the victim here in certain situations. So definitely want to look at. I know this thing is like driving me crazy. Okay, so here's like their website has a lot of things, as you can tell up here. It does give away a lot of you can go here, ways to give, events, stores, volunteer. You can go there. Education, they have a lot of classroom courses. They got a lot of connect. Go to KidSmart, NetSmart. All this stuff is for the kids. help keep your kids safe. The more that they are aware, um, the less likely that something will happen to them because they're going to be able to speak up and get help. You don't want your kids to ever feel ashamed or embarrassed. Um, Here they talk about their impact, about them. This is their actual missing.org dot, website. So again, something that you want to frequent if you're not going to like just do the lessons. If you're not going to like really take your time and look throughout or volunteer, really just pull the resources and make sure your kids are safe. Make sure your kids are safe. Like I really like the video was just too cool. I think I'm gonna go back and watch the rest of them. I'm like they're very kid friendly. That it reminds me of who's that? That Maya chick. Like that's that kind of style of cartoon. So I think they'll do very well in being interested in something like that. And again, the alert with the ransom scam target parents. So it tells you what's up to date here. They're just be careful, parents. They are scamming. Um, they are targeting parents now. So definitely just keep a lookout. Well, maybe we'll do that as my next section. We'll beat up on that. Actually, it's not that long, so let's go ahead and read it now. I opened it, right? It says alert, ransom scams target parents. It says a missing child is every parent's worst nightmare. In a single moment, your world could be completely turned upside down, and the next steps may be hard to find. Your main goal is simple to find your missing child and have them home with you again, oftentimes, no matter what it takes. But unfortunately, they might. And here at the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, we've actually seen this happen. NCMEC continues to see cases where scammers are targeting parents of missing children in their most vulnerable moments. Oh, that's messed up. I didn't think it was that kind of scam, but that's messed up. Using personal phone numbers and information to make it seem like they know where the child is. Oh, that's no. I was going to use another word, but no, I'm not going there. But wow, really? Are they trying to get like reward money? Since 2020, let's just keep reading. Since 2020, NCMEC has become aware of over 100 of these types of scams. However, there may have been instances that have not been reported to us. So how are parents being targeted? Many times the culprit behind these types of scams are some type of web crawler, a type of internet bot to search the internet and alert them to specific keywords or phrases online, like missing or missing child. This can lead them to social media posts made by family members that contain personal information such as phone numbers or even email addresses. After they have your contact details, they reach out via social media or use third party calling or messaging apps. So I'm guessing like that. What is that? That online app. Okay, I forgot. Was it Ring Central? Not Ring Central. There's that app that everybody uses that you can make calls on, like with Wi-Fi. Messaging apps to contact your family and make ransom demands. Yes, I would like. I didn't even think that they would even go that far. Although each case is different, the scammers often lie to parents, telling family members that they have their loved one and will not release them until a ransom demand is met, even though they've never actually met the child. Most often, they demand money or gift cards, ranging in price. In the scams tracked by NCMEC, we have seen certain repeat amounts demanded, such as $3,000, $7,000, or $10,000 US dollars. However, we've also seen demands as low as 50 and as high as 50,000. Really $50? Although the idea that someone could attempt and take advantage of this situation is scary, yeah, there is one step you can take to try and avoid this type of scam. Given the frequency of scams demanding a hoax ransom, NCMEC encourages families to rely on us to create and distribute posters. If families do choose to create their own posters, NCMEC cautions parents against including their personal phone number or email address on the poster. Right, that's why they use the 1-800 The Lost. I mean, if you do your own, I would put that number on as well. I wouldn't put my own information on there. But I get it because parents assume, like, it's hard when you're in that kind of situation. Your mind's racing and stuff like that. So yeah, they are taking advantage of these parents during, this difficult time. Um, Instead of your own personal information, consider including the phone number for the investigating agency, like your local police department or whoever's investigating the detective or whatever. If you're working with the NCMEC, you can direct tipsters to our 24/7 hotline 1-800 The Lost. Yeah, you never want to use your own information. Always want to use some type of organization information, PO box, or something like that. Never put your own personal information on the flyers. Um, Even though you may think you're doing the right thing and you're trying to get your kid as fast as possible, and you think that's the safest way, but you're just putting yourself in danger as well, and as well as continuing to put leaving your child in danger. To learn more about how NCMEC creates and disseminates posters, we created the information flyer for families. So they even have a link right here, this little blue hyperlink. I know you can't see my mouse, but it's waving over it, so it's flashing on the screen. The information flyer for families where they can find information, tips, and warnings regarding missing posters both before and after recovery. So they kind of give you what to put on there, what not to put on there, what you can and cannot say, or how to say it, things like that. How basically to be able to put the information out there in a safe manner for your kid to come home to a safe environment. Um, if your child is missing and something like this does happen to you, immediately report the occurrence to law enforcement. And if you're working with NCMEC, let your case manager know. It's important to keep all documentation of the emails, text messages, and logs of communication so that law enforcement can review it. Try to keep track as much information as possible so the appropriate agencies can help you review and determine if the occurrence is actually a scam. And as always, the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children is here to help. To learn more about ways NCMEC can assist your family if your child goes missing, visit the website www.missingkids.org. Get the help. Get help now. Is your child missing? So this hyperlink down here. Um, Hello, Temper. Welcome, 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 welcome. We're just giving out information to the parents, um, so that way they can stay safe as well as keep their kids safe. If the parents ain't safe, then the kids aren't going to be safe. So, again, definitely want to go to missingkids.org and just read up as much information. Again, they have all sorts of things for those kids. Just really want to go look through there. Print them out, download them. Like I said, everything is free on there. That I haven't seen anything that they've asked money for. Again, this we all know National Center for Missing and Exploited Children works off of donations. Um, Actually, just a few months ago, let's go ahead and look into this because we do want to. They just turned 40 years old um, back in December, so they're about 5 months ago. So let's go ahead and look into that as well. So we just want to make sure that we give them the kudos that they have been because um, Mr. John Wash has been working very hard. He's been working very hard throughout his lifetime. His whole family has. So without him and his family, like none of this would be possible. And a lot of these kids that they did help find would could possibly be still missing. Um, So here we are. We thanking you for celebrating. So this is the actual National Center. It's the home base. Missing and exploited children. For the past 40 weeks, we've taken. I'm sure they meant 40 years. We've taken you on a journey through the history of NCMEC, celebrating 4 decades of protecting children, supporting families, and creating safer communities. Oh, so they went over 40 weeks. Okay. To our incredible followers, thank you for being part of this celebration. Your likes, comments, and shares not only honor our past, but also strengthen our mission for the future. Together, we remembered the moments that shaped us and recommitted to the work still ahead. This anniversary is a testament to what we can achieve when we come together for a cause as important as the safety and well being of children. Here's to the next 40 years of hope. In the late 1970s and early 1980s, a series of devastating events, including the abductions of Eaton Patz, which I think we did cover already. He was the first original missing child that got everything started, and Adam Walsh, um, and a series of kidnappings and murders in Atlanta, Georgia, shed light of the critical issue of missing children in the United States. All over America, children were disappearing, and there was no infrastructure or national resources to assist law enforcement or their families in finding them. Realizing the urgent need to take the problem, parents and advocates joined forces and pushed Congress to act. Their hard work was paid off. In 1984, when President Ronald Reagan officially established the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children to serve as the primary resource for missing children nationwide. Over the past 40 years, we have expanded our mission to also include protecting children from exploitation. In 1998, we established the Cyber Tip Line to combat the threat of child sexual exploitation, continuously monitoring and addressing emerging online threats to children. Remaining true to our founding principles, has assisted in the recovery of more than 400,000 missing kids and circulated billions of photos of missing children. We produce thousands of age progressed photos of long term missing children and hundreds of facial reconstructions to aid in identifying unidentified children. Our wavering commitment over the past 40 decades has revolved around a single shared objective, ensuring that every child has a safe childhood. See something, say something. We'll update this blog each week in highlights from the past 40 years of NCMEC's history. You can also follow the social channels. Okay, every Wednesday. So 12, wow, they did. We may have to go through these too. But I'm going to have to go through them and see exactly. But yes, they started over 40 years ago. Wow, when did they begin the Amber Alert? I remember I seen a documentary on this. The Amber Alert came out. I know it was Adam Wash. After that, um, Eaton. It was Eaton Pat's, and then it was John Wash's child, and then it was the Amber Alert. So it was in the 80s. I know it was in the 80s. I don't. I want to say like around 85. Let's look it up. That's a good question. It was created in 96. I was 8. Well, yeah, I guess. I thought it was younger than that. So it was. They were. The Amber Alert system was created in 96. So I thought it was. I thought it was in Early 80s. I thought when I was small was already it was just had come out. So wow, I was 11 when they created this. I could have sworn I was younger when they were. Okay, so according to Google, the Amber Alert system was created in 1996. So um, which is amazing because that's almost 20 years later from when, or 10 years later from when, um, 'cause this happened, paid off in 1984 is when they actually listed National Missing Children's Day on the 25th. So 84 to 96, so it took them about 12 years, and they were fighting even long before that. Remember, they started fighting early 80s, late 70s, early 80s. So 84, they announced it as, you know, primary National Missing Children's Day, and then in 96, that's when they came out with the Amber Alert. So they waited 12 years before they created the Amber Alert system. So for 12 years, John Walsh was locating kids and helping to find kids without an Amber Alert. Um, and I'm sure they did what they can at the time too. So they came a long way over the years. I don't know why it took so long for them to come out with an Amber Alert when it came to Amber itself. Maybe because I don't know, maybe because of the technology, the way I mean, with TVs coming out and things like that. Yes. And that is weird too, because I would think HIPAA would have been a lot, would have been established a long time before then too, because I mean, medical's been around for a long time, and so have a lot of other professions that require HIPAA. But it's just weird how these things. It's like one thing takes a long time, and then instead of implementing things, it's like 12 years later the Amber Alert came out. And again, I don't know if it's because of the way the resources and technology to do an Amber Alert back in the early 80s or 90s. But I mean, if we, I don't know. I think if we had radio broadcasting, I think there should have been an Amber Alert. You know, but again, the only thing we can say now is there is one, and it does work. Um, as you can tell from my last video with Sherilyn when she was found. I mean, they literally put out the Amber Alert, and then like a couple hours later, about 9 hours later, she was found. Um, yes, and that's a good thing too, because they like phones nowadays. Like, not too many people have radios. Not too many people. I mean, everybody does have TVs, but how many people watch regular TV? A lot of people are on Netflix. A lot of people are on Hulu. A lot of people are on Amazon. A lot of people on Sling. So, how many people actually sit there and watch the news? How many people sit there and watch, commercials still? How many people still, I mean, unless you're driving in the car, you're listening to the radio, but even at that, you might be listening to some of these streaming radio stations. So unless you intentionally go out and look for the news to watch the news, it's very rare that you'll get any of the updated information. If it doesn't come to and I'm big on that. That's how I know. That's why I'm speaking on it. I'm big. If I don't go and look for the news, I'm watching, again, Apple TV, or I'm watching something else, ESPN, or you know, you know, binge watching, Vanderpump Rules. I don't know, but it's not. I would have to go out and look for the news and be like, okay, let me watch the news now. It's not like before where you watched Price is Right, and then right after that the news comes on, and then back to your novellas, and then you you didn't have a choice. You couldn't really go back and forth. It wasn't convenient because you had to get up and push the channel. So a lot of things changed to where they make it more accessible, and to have the Amber Alerts go on the phone, I believe that was a good, good move when the phones came out, because not only does it reach adults, and now reaches the kids, because the kids now need to be aware of, like, man, another missing child. And that's the only way kids tend to learn, like, unless they see it all the time. Like, if you don't realize how many Amber Alerts come in, you're never going to feel the effect of it. That's kind of like money. This is why the world is so much in debt, because we don't have that emotional connection, attachment to money anymore. How many people really carry around cash? you know um so the same thing here is, we don't have that emotional connection. So glad that they put it on the phones, because everybody needs to see it, and including the kids. And it's a good way, because those signs too, like on the street signs, like when you're traveling, they have those overboard signs where they have them too, like when there's not an Amber Alert, they usually have some kind of message on them. Click it or ticket, or drive slow, or drive in the right, in the correct lane, and move over when you see slow vehicles and things like that. Like, yes, those billboards I used to read all the time. Um, they provide license plate numbers. They provide so much information. Enough information for you to locate if you were to see somebody that you suspect is missing. It shouldn't be hard to identify and contact somebody to get a hold of, to report it to. But yes, I think this NetSmart Homes, again, with the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, is such an awesome idea. Um, Again, I would I would go and look through these and see which ones are age appropriate for your kids. Again, it's for kids 10 and under, but that doesn't mean kids older can't do them. As you can tell, they have stuff there for teenagers as well. Um, but it's but the little videos are usually for the younger crew. But again, seasons 1 and 2, pre and post, like, they just have so much stuff. I would definitely just, again, keep your kids aware, keep your kids safe, just talk to them, keep an open line of communication. And that's also another thing. Don't, um, just keep an open line of communication. Don't make your child feel ashamed for any reason or anything like that. So that way they can come to you with any of these problems or these issues that may be occurring. And we can get it taken care of and get them safe to a safe space. Again, also get your kids involved. Get them, because sometimes kids learn better from other kids. You know, how many kids listen to their parents when they were growing up? I mean, we all of us were kids at one point, thought, yeah, 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 my parents think they know it all, they don't know nothing, kind of thing, kind of like that. So sometimes peer education, and mentoring is the better route. Sometimes having a mentor that's roughly around their age, that they feel more comfortable opening up to. um that is also another way to go. A lot of these Hi baby, I'm almost done. You ready for mommy now? Okay, okay, I get you. All right, let me say bye, okay? Silly. You gotta go over there because you don't got no clothes on. You keep stripping. Go get a shirt on, you silly. You tell me no. Oh my god, that kid is always hot. Like, it is like 70 something degrees in here and he could be sweating. And I'm like, what? Yes. Um, it it was the children. Um, okay, let me kind of go back. I mean, it does have to do with, it was family history with me growing up. There was, abuse in the family and stuff like that. Um, but what really kind of like tipped it over is I was working for a medical facility, and unfortunately, had me do something that was very I in my opinion it was unethical, and I still believe it's a lot of people will believe me. It was unmorally correct for them to do ask me to do what they asked me to do. Um, so I ended up having to turn away a suicide patient, and after that, I ended up just quitting and basically quit, walked out. I sent their HR a huge email, and went home the next day. I was supposed to go in. The next time I was supposed to go into work, I wasn't going in. That was immediately term terminating my whatever my employment there and stuff like that. So reported them. I don't know what the outcome was. I did a I guess it was an anonymous report. Frankly, I didn't care whether I was anonymous or not because I already wrote an email, so I knew that they were gonna know it was me that reported it. But they considered it an anonymous tip or whatever and report. And I'm assuming they're still up in business. I don't know if they had some type of repercussion or whatever. I do see that they're still open. I don't go to that location, but it is what it is. I know I did the proper protocol. Um, and whatnot. But regardless of what the situation was, because I know that they were saying, "Oh, it's because it's a homeless guy," and blah blah blah. But regardless, I didn't. Still affects me to this day. So I just decided not to go back into the medical field and start my organization for the abuse and and you know and if they're homeless. I'm a veteran too, so I look out. I try to um, really look out for the veterans as well. But that is basically what kind of got me started was, getting my organization up and running. Yes, baby, I'm coming. So again, that is kind of like why I'm here. So it is all about not just the children, but for my organization is abuse. Men, women, um, can be men as well can be abused, believe it or not. So it's just a matter of keeping. And if the man or woman is being abused, more than likely the child's being abused or um, emotional abuse is all the same. So if they're not physically getting abused, they're stuck in that situation having to see mom and dad fight. It's also a mental abuse as well for the little ones. So all of it kind of ties in together with this. But yes, it's all about safety, and just trying to keep everyone safe and doing the right thing. We just need to teach these kids from early age to do the right thing, and they won't end up like a Carmelo Anthony or worse, or a Dahmer, or who was the other one, the Zodiac killer. We don't need another. We don't need any more crazy people. So if we take care of our kids from the moment that they're little, I think our future of America will be a lot better. Um, Unfortunately, we don't treat our kids, you know, the way we're supposed to treat our kids, and that unfortunately, I think that's a lot of the reasons why we have a lot of issues nowadays with a lot of the schools, shootings and killings and just threats and things like that. Stabbings. I mean, it's just we just need to teach them young. We need to teach them how to keep safe, make wise decisions, make better decisions, and as parents and as adults, we just need to do our part altogether. Again, that is gonna be it because my baby is calling me. Um, so again, please take a look at the website. It has important information. And also, don't forget if you would like to donate to either my organization or the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, that information is in the description of the video as well as in the channel. Um, so please feel free if you cannot donate at this time, no problem. Um, as long as we like, subscribe, and share this video, we just need to share. The more people who are aware of this information, this program that the National Center has, Missing and Exploited Children have for these kids, the better our kids will be in the long run. So please, please, please share this video. That is the cheapest and the freest way to support this channel. Um, Anytime, yes, anytime. So that's why I said we all need to pray for the military families in San Diego with that plane crash. Just keep them in our prayers. Hopefully, everything is safe. It looks like they are getting everything that they needed. They're getting, they're slowly rebuilding back. And they're still investigating that scene. So again, let's try to keep everybody safe, keep everybody's in our prayers. Thank you for being here with me, Rainbow and Temper. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody. And to all those people who are not chatting in the chat with me, again, thank you for being here. If you have any information on missing children, please contact your local authority or contact the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children at 1-800 the lost. I told you to go put clothes on, silly. And so, again, if you're or contact your local authority. Again, thank you for being here, and I'll see you guys later. And don't forget, pinkies up.